My people, it has happened again. It has happened again. It has happened. Africa is going to have billionaires. There are so many billionaires, millionaires. Africa is going forward. Watch this video now. Watch it. Make sure you watch this video right now. Watch this video.
Well, first and foremost, it is a phenomenal development for Africa to have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Now, this brings together economies essentially about almost $3.4 trillion. So that makes it the largest in the world in terms of number of participating countries, the largest free trade zone in the world. A lot of progress has been made, actually. You have 44 countries that have actually signed on to the treaty. So, in fact, trade in terms of liberalized trade frameworks can proceed within those countries. 90% of all of the items have actually, in terms of eliminating tariffs on all those things, have been actually trade in Africa is still largely informal. So trying to get the informal trade system into a more formal trade system is important. So a lot of education, a lot of training is very, very important. And in particular, I'm particularly interested, most of the trade you have in Africa is actually done by women. So they can actually, many of them may not be educated, but look, they run the continent. So making sure that they have the information they need, they can move from one place to the other without any form of harassment of any kind. So that's still a lot of work to be done in that particular area. The second area where I think a lot of work still needs to be done is getting the one border post to be there, so it's very easy for goods to move very quickly across the countries. And third,
yes, I'm happy you have watched that video. This is $1 trillion market. It's $1 trillion market. It's the biggest in the world. 44 countries have signed already. 44 African countries have signed already. This is going to create the next millionaires, billionaires. It is amazing. About it, imagine somebody from Nigeria who needs tomato. They need tomato, but in Cameroon, tomato is getting spoiled, which means you can easily take this tomato and take to Nigeria easily. There's going to be one control post where you show your documents and will not be disturbing. The tariffs are going to be so low, almost nothing. Goods within these 44 countries. Amazing. I can take my snails to Ghana. I can take things from Cameroon to any other country where you can move things from Nigeria to those different countries in Africa that have signed this agreement. This is massive, and it's for those who will take this opportunity. Those who will take this opportunity now and invest in agriculture. I said agriculture has been negated for many years, but this is the time people have realized. They have realized because food is expensive. Not expensive because people don't produce. There is food in other countries in Africa, but how will it get to other countries? There was a lot of roadblocks. Roadblocks. You are going to have checkups, stress. You spend hours on the road. Things like perishable goods get bad easily on the road because of the numerous checkups. But now things are changing. They are changing. This is something that has been going on for years. A 2063 vision. This is it. This is happening massively. By then, the population of Africa must have gone. There's a huge market and massive opportunity for us to get into agriculture right now. So I hope you have watched this video. This is the time for us to start engaging, not just in production. We are looking at so many areas, distribution. We are looking at food processing. We are looking at services too. It's not just about the transfer of goods, also the transfer of services, which means if I'm a consultant, I can go to Nigeria easily. The paperwork will not be so strenuous. I can easily go there and render my services. If I'm an agricultural technician, a farm manager, I can easily move to these 44 countries and render my services easily. This is massive for Africa and the biggest market in the world. $1 trillion market that is going to revolutionize Africa. The growth is going to be massive, 7% growth annually. Massive. And we know a lot of countries are already investing in emerging markets like Africa. So it means it's not just about this free trade zone. We are also looking at this massive investment coming in because Africa is an emerging economy with a fast growing population. We are looking at about 2 billion people by 2050. These are massive numbers, a lot of mass to be fed. So there's a huge opportunity right now in agriculture. I can move this yam from Cameroon to Nigeria and sell. I can take this yam from Cameroon to Ghana and sell easily. This is a huge, it's massive. It's a miracle that's happening right now. And the African Development Bank has made it. They have been working to make this a reality. And I'm so grateful that we are seeing it come to realization. And there is a lot of work to be done. Yes, we know there's a lot of work to be done. It's not perfect yet, but we are going to get there. So yes, this can only be possible if all the youths come together. 65% of Africa's population, the youth, 65%. And the average age of farmers in Africa is 55 years old, which means there's an aging population in farming. So we must come together as youths to be able to do what? To produce enough food that will be able to move across these free trade zones, because if we don't have the commodity to move across, then it's a failed vision already. So the youth have a critical role to play in terms of delivering services as agricultural engineers, consultants, as machine operators, all these services. We must come together. And also in terms of innovation, creating agri-tech companies that are going to carry along this vision. The youth play a critical role. The energy in terms of labor delivery, we need the youth to come together. Everyone, not even just the youth, everyone must come together. Whether in the area of transportation, logistics, we need everybody. We've criticized Africa a lot, but this is a time that we must stand and rise up as Africans and follow this, because this is a massive opportunity it will create jobs, it's going to transform life, improve livelihoods for everybody. This is massive, and I want us to come together. Let's not criticize, but let's work together to see this a reality.